Hi, hello. Today I wanted to introduce a new scenario for BPFire usage in network. So actually, it's some user in the IPFire community asked if he can run IPFire as in bridge mode, and so he does not want to run IPFire as a router for address for DHCP or for address translation. So he just wanted to run it as a bridge mode. So I think that's a very interesting question. And then I did a little bit research, and then since at the same time I'm also developing the Suricata intrusion detection system with multi XDP attachment. So, and in this Suricata IPS XDP mode, it also works as a layer 2 bridge device. So this actually match what the user is asking for. Maybe not 100%, but kind of. So I did some research and I came up with this network diagram. So to explain it better. So for example, you have an internet here, right? And then you probably have a ISP internet provider modem and a router, which also do the DHCP to give a IP address to your home network, right? So typically you will use IPFire router to replace this ISP modem router and the DHCP functionality. And so the IPFire will send the IP to your home network and also work as a gateway router for your home network. But in this diagram, instead of running IPFire as a router, I run it as a bridge layer 2 device with a Suricata XDP bridge mode. Okay, so you can see here. So how we can configure this BPFire device to run as a layer 2 bridge as an inline device. So this is the trick. So for the red 0 interface, that's the internet facing side. You assign the static 0 address to the interface, meaning it does not have IP address assigned. And also you give a 0 IP address to the green interface and no IP address basically. So when the green network client, for example this client, it will get an IP address from the ISP modem router. So you can see this is the green network subnet, and the ISP router has an internal IP address gateway IP address 1.1. So they are in the, so basically this router home subnet network has the same IP network range, subnet range to the green network homenet. So this is like this big box BPFire is like a hidden device. It has no IP assigned on both sides, red interface, green interface. But we still need to manage this BPFire device, right? Because you can't manage it through the red 0 interface or through the green 0 interface because they don't have IP assigned. So in this case, we can give a third device, orange. So usually orange is for DMZ network, like you have home servers statically with IP statically assigned. So we can use the orange interface as a management to the BPFire. So it we can assign a static IP, and it also has internet connection, so we can update the Suricata rules signatures, right? So this is how this network diagram looks like, and now we can go to the web UI here, BPFire web UI. So you can see here, this is the main page. We have the internet red interface side, no IP address assigned, but we do have a default gateway pointed to the ISP router gateway IP. So this is a green network, no IP assigned. We have a DMZ interface with a statically IP assigned. We can use this DMZ to manage the BPFire. Like if you can see here is I use this IP address in the web browser to manage this BPFire. Okay. So we can go to the BPFire command line to verify the configuration. And so this is our BPFire. The layer 2 runs as a layer 2 bridge device. So the setup is like this. We can run setup manually. So this is a BPFire setup window. So in the networking, we can go to the networking. I'm not going to change the configuration. I'm just going to show you what the configuration look like. So you can see here we have green, red, orange type network configuration. And then we go to the address settings. This is where we set the address. So we look at a green interface. Let's click OK. See here, we assigned the 0, mask 0 to basically no IP address. Okay. And for orange, we send a static IP address. We can use this IP address to manage the BPFire. So the red interface, we choose the static, and then we also give 0, 0, 0, 0 to the IP address, basically no IP address. But the gateway, we still use this, the ISP router gateway IP. So the purpose is when we manage the BPFire through the DMZ IP address, it has internet connection, goes through this gateway to get a Suricata intrusion detection rules update, etc. Okay, so that's the setup look like. It's great. Okay, so also the DMZ have the web UI blocked, so we needed to also add a custom firewall rule to allow web access to the DMZ, the orange interface. This is where I added the IP table rules. So when the BPFire startup, we added this custom IP table rules to allow the web UI port 444 through the orange interface. And if we also want SSH access to this BPFire, so it goes through the orange 0 interface. Okay, so that's why we can manage this, the BPFire through the orange. By the way, I'm just using the orange as a network. So if you are not in a home network environment, you can the color of the network, orange, red, green is just a concept. If you don't have that concept, you can manage your different subnet and with the same idea. Yeah. Yeah, so that's basically set up, but we still need to have we still don't have the bridge. So let's look at the diagram here. So right now we only have we don't have the IP address on red 0 and green 0. So how we bring the red 0 and the green 0 interface into bridge mode. So this is where the Suricata Multi XDP bridge comes in. So what it does is we have Suricata running here. So we have Suricata running in an AF packet mode with the Suricata XDP configuration file. And we can look at this configuration file. So this configuration file, we have the high-speed capture mode, XDP. So this is in IPS mode. And you can see here we have red 0 and green 0 in IPS mode. And we use IPS copy mode. We also use this is a peer device to red 0. And the same, this is a peer device to green 0. And here is the XDP filter, which is the XDP program attached to the red 0 interface. The same to the green 0 interface. This is the XDP, the same XDP program attached to green 0 interface. Yeah, so this is how the Suricata XDP bridge mode look like, the configuration. And then we can verify if the XDP program is attached to the green 0 and the red 0 interface with XDP loader. So you can see this is a red 0 interface. Okay, and it has the XDP hash filter. That's the XDP filter, and it comes with the Suricata. And on the green 0 interface, it has the XDP hash filter that's attached by the Suricata. So you also notice we have XDP country or region block, location block, XDP program attached. We also have, like on the green interface, we also have the encryption XDP program attached, and the DNS delay list block feature attached. So this is where I added a multi XDP attachment to the Suricata. So we can have multiple XDP program attached to the interface. So originally, the Suricata only has so if you run Suricata, and once this XDP program is attached to green interface, you cannot attach those XDP program anymore, because originally Suricata does not support multi XDP attachment. So what I did is developed the feature with Suricata to do multi XDP attachment, so we can have other XDP feature, and yeah. So now let's do a test. So this is our client, and in this diagram it would be this client with this IP address, and notice it's 1.28. It's get a DHCP IP from this ISP router, so it has the same subnet. And then now this is a client. We can see we can have internet access. Say go to Facebook. Say go to google.com. Right? So it works, right? Internet. And at the same time, since we have the encryption block list feature enabled, and we can actually also monitor we can also see the request record. So if we grab the SNI var log message, we can see the client just access the facebook.com, access the google.com, right? So that's the so with the Suricata bridge mode, we also have this other XDP feature working together because the multi attachment. And yeah, again, so we also have the Geo Location, the country region location block list feature attached to the Red 0 interface. So we can also, so right now if we go to the UI, the location block, see I enabled the XDP location block. Also to block the access from or to Singapore location. Again, since my BPFire.net is located in Singapore location, so if we access the BPFire.net, it should be blocked. See, it doesn't no response because we have this this blocked location blocked, right? With Singapore, and yeah. So again, because we have this XDP program, Geo Location block XDP program attached to this interface, so it also works. So what this scenario is, you can run BPFire in a bridge mode with Suricata XDP, and so for intrusion detection, but also you can have other XDP features like this to do your normal XDP filtering as sort of a firewall. So in this scenario, the classic IPFire let filter firewall function will not work because XDP work in the driver layer. So all that let filter firewall is bypassed, and yeah. So we can do a test to just unblock the Singapore location. So now it's Singapore is not blocked, and if we from the client, if we send a request again, it should work, right? We get a response. Yeah. So I think I may add this. Right now right now I started the Suricata from command line. So this is started from the command line, runs as a daemon. Maybe we can add maybe we can add XDP bridge mode in this section, in this intrusion prevention system section, and so we don't have to start it up from the command line. And by the way, the classic intrusion prevention system, like the original IPFire Suricata still works if we don't want to run this XDP mode, and it is still work if you don't want to run Suricata in XDP mode. You want your classic IPFire firewall and the intrusion system work, and it can still work. It's just we can add an extra mode for XDP if in whatever situation you want to run BPFire in bridge mode. Yeah. Okay, so hope I made it clear, and thanks for watching.